What's up, everybody? How to Tech Studio. We have done it again. Yes, we are back with another way of spoofing Pokemon Go onto your devices. Yes, we are back with another tutorial, so stay tuned to the whole thing because we're going to talk you through step by step on how to get this. This is going to be on iOS versions only, but if you are an Android user, check out our channel because we have a whole section for you. Now, as I said, we are going to talk you through every single step, and all of the links you need will be in the description. We are going to make it a little bit shorter because there are quite a few steps, but they are all very self-explanatory once you go down in the description. Now, of course, before we get into it, please show your support by hitting that subscribe button and setting up the notification bell to get all the latest good stuff sent directly to you, and that really helps us, so please do that. And of course, drop us a comment down below once you have gone and been successful. So we're going to show you how to go ahead and get this. Now, the first thing to note is this works on all latest iOS versions. At the moment, this is iOS 18, but it will work in the future. And this is something that's been really sort of worked in the pipeline, because this was something that has had to break certain error codes that Niantic tried to build into their game. So this is breaking that too. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to work perfectly well in the future too. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and show you what to do. And we're going to introduce you to an app called iAnyGo, and it is working without a computer. So as you can see, it is working seamlessly. Now, I must say, and this is not just me saying it, this is one of the best apps I've ever used to spoof Pokemon. There are so many features to use on here, and I'm going to talk you through every single one and show you how to get this onto your devices. So stay tuned to the whole thing. Before we get into that, the very first thing you're going to need is a tweaked version of Pokemon Go. And as you can see, it's going to use PoGo skill. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner of my Pokemon Go app, you'll see a little green leaf-looking symbol, and that is to make sure that you don't get the error 12 message. Now, it's really easy to install, so I'm not even going to bother showing you how to do it. Just go to the link in the description, and all you need to do is just plug it in, do your Apple ID, and then download it. It is completely free, so do that. Go ahead, get that. Once you've got it, you can then come back. So use the link in our description to make sure that you get the version that you need onto your devices. Okay, so make sure you've got that. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is iAnyGo. Now, as I said before, this is using no PC. So this is working seamlessly on my device. Once I log in, I will show you just how it works. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this log itself in for me. Now remember, of course, there are some caveats to this in terms of cooldown periods. So if you don't know what they are, make sure you watch our videos in the description to make sure you do this safely. And we always recommend to use alternate accounts when you are spoofing. So make sure you do just that. So as you can see, I am in Pier 39 and my little fella is walking around because I've got a multi-spot mode working in the background, so it works at the same time. So as you can see, he walks around and you can interact with everything on the screen. So if I wanted to go ahead and spin this PokeStop, it works perfectly well, as you can see. So let's go ahead and tell you all about iAnyGo. So I'm just going to stop this here. So as you can see, you have an app that runs in the background, and you use the tweaked version of Pokemon Go on top. And there are loads of different options I'm going to show you. The first one here is this little yellow one, which is the multi-spot mode. So that's the one that I was just using. You select loads of different spaces around. You can then make it have 6 loops, this one. You can change the speed if you want to. Just be careful with making it too fast, because otherwise eggs won't hatch. And then you can start to move. And then once you go back to your Pokemon Go app, as you can see, it will start to move once it catches up. As you can see there, we are good to go. So it moves around for you, and you can reenact everything you want to. So that's really cool. So that's my favourite one, to be honest. And there are lots of other options as well. So one of the other options is that you can use a joystick mode. Again, that is pretty self-explanatory. You can start it moving around, and as you can see on the little man there, he's moving around. Let's make him go into the ocean over there. So if we go back to my app, as you can see, he is starting to walk out into the pier itself, into the water, and he's going to need to be taken out of there by someone, hopefully. So that is a really cool way of interacting with your game. And of course, you're going to want to know how to teleport. So there's two ways you can do this. Using the search at the top, you can either search a destination or you can search exact coordinates. If you wanted exact coordinates, then you've got a whole video on how to do that because it's a little bit more confusing. So just go and check that out in the description if you are one of those people. But you can search something. So earlier I just searched Tower Bridge. So you'll see it kind of zooms you over there, and then you can click on the little blue one, and then successfully modified. We go back to our Pokemon Go app, and seamlessly, just like that, in a split second, I have now been teleported to Tower Bridge in London. Now, of course, you can't just teleport all around the world without Niantic knowing, so that is where you need to abide by something called the cooldown period. So at the top of the iAnyGo app, you can see there's that little hourglass with 119. So basically 120 minutes, or 2 hours to be precise, is about the cooldown period. You must wait until you interact with anything. So that's a very quick reason that you can't just teleport around. If you wanted to know any more information about that, why Pokemon might flee on you, why you can't spin PokeStops, do raids, or anything like that, we've got a whole video in the description that you must watch before you go ahead and spoof. So if you do have any problems, you must watch that video. I'm not going to help anybody in the comments until you watch that video, so make sure you do that. So obviously I haven't interacted with anything in the actual Pokemon Go app itself, so I'm not going to touch on anything here. So I am going to teleport back to Pier 39 because that's where Niantic thinks that I am. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back there, just so I don't get any sorts of bans. Okay, so now I'm back there. So all Niantic think that's happened there is that there's just a quick little glitch and it's back to normal. So they won't ban me for that. So that's really, really cool. And some other features that I wanted to talk about on the right-hand side here are purposefully designed to help you in the Pokemon Go app itself. So if we click on this one, you can have a look at loads and loads and loads of sort of areas that can help you. So these are all of the spins that you have, the PokeStops that you can spin everywhere around you, and you can zoom out and you can find loads and loads and loads of them, which is really cool. So that's a quite useful feature. We've also got this one here that shows you sort of a bigger route that you can take, and it will allow you to actually do a whole route if you really wanted to. If you were looking for specific ones, you're more than welcome to do so. On the side here, you've got your field guides, which is really, really useful. So if there are some tasks you need to do, you can use those binoculars over there. It takes a little bit of time to load it up, and it's only available in the area of Taiwan at the moment, I believe. They might be locating it all around the world, but at the moment that is sort of what's happening there. So as you can see, there is loads and loads of field research that you can do all around there, so that's really useful. And you can also do some Poke sniping. So if you want to search for a specific Pokemon, you can do so. And there's loads and loads and loads of Pokemon here. You can set minimum IVs, you can do levels, CP, you can even search for a specific Pokemon. And you can also search for some battles in raids also. So it's a really cool, useful tool, and it is all within your fingertips. You don't have to go off into any other websites or search anything. It's all done within the app. So it's really, really cool. Again, you will have to abide by some cooldown periods, so make sure you watch our video in the description on how to do this safely. So, of course, what you're going to want to do is go and get iAnyGo. Now, if you go into the link in the description, it will bring up their download page, and it is a paid subscription. However, as you can see, as I said before, it is honestly the best spoofing app I have ever used. It is perfect. It works seamlessly, and it is a lot safer than all of the other tweaked versions of Pokemon Go as well, because it is less detectable. It's not completely undetectable, but it is less detectable. So make sure that you get this if you are one who wants to look after your account. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you check out iAnyGo and download their iOS app, and you get the Poke skill for free, so that is perfectly useful. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Watch those videos in the description, give us a subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you all very, very soon.